G'day and welcome back to Torment, Tides of Ranmenera. We have found our way onto the glowing dome in the caravanserai, and we used it to an Omni viewer to basically find out more about the history of various places nearby. And now, well, this is also the controls for the city's defenses. We can't unmoor the city from time again, probably for the best, but it looks like we can do something with space. And that sounds pretty cool. We just restored the spatial network. So we can see what we can do here. Let's connect the current network using the cluster of stars. The map lights up. The voice speaks into your mind. Spatial translation network connected. State your destination. You don't recognize the location of all the points, so you don't know what name the machine expects, but you do know some of them. Mielavest. Destination not recognized. Please state again. Colne Village. Destination not recognized. Please state again. So I guess I could go Circus Miner. The entire platform hums to life. The air sparks and crackles around you, then with a pop, you are somewhere else. Awesome. And we wanted to find out about the mechanic, so we can do that. And we've also unlocked in-city fast travel. That is really cool. That is super awesome. I really wish that I could get this to go away. Oh. In fact, I might do that. So we'll just get here, we'll quick save, and then we will reload. Really should have done this between episodes, but I keep forgetting. Nope, we're gonna have to quit to desktop, I think, just to be safe. I kind of want to watch Red and his stream right now, but I also want to keep going with this, and I really need to get more recorded to prepare for a trip. So, doing this. Okay, got our quick save. We've restarted the game, so we hopefully don't have that same thing. And now it's time to chat about the mechanic. Start with M. Matt Keenan knows the name though. Mimeon, how's it going, mate? You've returned, revered one. How may we assist you today? What can you tell me about other cast-offs? Your siblings have been many things. Queens and leaders, generals, thieves, assassins, creators and artists, saviors of their communities. It was your sire's example that led them to great heights. You need only look to your holy sire to show you the way. You can use this divine gift to elevate the world. It is that we seek to emulate all of you as well. We've heard of the Blackmore, who was trapped in the Black Cube and united the warring factions within it. Legends tell us of Tuck, who saved the world from a devouring disease. Greatness follows... Oh, whoops, I'm reading in the wrong voice. Greatness follows in the footsteps of your sire's children. We seek to follow in theirs to bring new knowledge to the world. So can you tell me more about other cast-offs? It was through their good works that we came to know of your sire. We saw the strength of Camasay, the inventive mind of Melmoth Leviarm, and the indefatigable strength of the First. We know of the First as the First Deceiver, but we must acknowledge her power and wit while she still lived. And yeah, we already heard about the other ones. I actually want to specifically get you to tell me about... Nope. So we can't do any of these things. And I can sell a bunch of my junk. But, I mean, I don't have a need for anything. So, that's really disappointing. So here's what I was planning. Alright, we did... Oh, wait. Philithus. You were weird and mysterious. Phyllis regards you silently, implacably, still scrutinizing, still seeking. Force it to tell you about itself. A surge of tidal energy pours from you into the Phyllis. The creature's bulky armor-cloth robes wrap and flutter as if caught in a windstorm, and its glass face scintillates wildly, refracting and reflecting the forces that brought to bear upon it. A shrill keening, like a kettle brought to boil, blasts through your mind as a fracture spreads across the Phyllis's impregnable mask, blue tide raised by a huge amount. Then you feel it, a hole inside you, like something torn away, a truth, an unknown answer to an unknown question, a name, a self. You crumple with the weakness of hollow things and imagine armoring yourself in a false enigma, obscuring your shame through obscurity and scrounging through the world's drit for a lost grain. As you tremble, the Phyllis's face goes black, and it speaks a short, uninflected phrase. One sees himself in the glass, though it bends. Then the feeling is gone, and so too is the Phyllis. Okay, that was cool. And so now, if I interact with this thing... Yep, so they've touched them before. Use the functional console. Hey, yeah, we can teleport to the peaks, to the cliffs, to the peak of the city. So let's see. Okay, so yes, we have ourselves a perfectly functional teleporter. Which would be great if I didn't, if I had need for them. Which I don't.
Yes.
And travel to the cliffs. Just so we've got the locations marked properly. That's awesome. Yep, this is never fails an id check. JLC. Okay, excellent. Yes. That works. And so caravanserai. So where in caravanserai does it take us? There's one other thing I wanted to do, which is jump from the cliffs. I want to see if that does anything. So yeah, we port up here.
Of course we can help. Right?
So is there anything cool we can do here? I'm going to go with activate the platform by pressing the sun. No. Nowhere right now. And that's it. Yeah, we can just look at the network. The key point is, yeah, we've got a teleporter. So we'll drop down. Jump down to the ledge. That shouldn't entertain me. Because I'm painfully onto the ledge. At least you made it down. Nice. Okay. And now, don't follow me. From the side, you can see everything. Below the city of Sagus, cliffs, bluffs, and chasms extend towards the horizon on either side. For at least 50 kilometers, the sea stretches between them, perhaps 20 kilometers across at its widest. Then the waters widen and swallow the horizon. Jump off the ledge. You leap into the air. The fall is exhilarating. The wind rushes past you faster and faster, stretching your face like it was made of putty. The boats are in the sea grow at an alarming rate. The calls of fishermen and scavengers reach your ears, distorted by the speed. Finally, you slam into the water and impact as hard as if it were an ocean of bedrock. Then there is only darkness. Oh, nice! They've actually got an animation for the leap.
I'm hurt.
I'm hurt. Really? Well, that was awesome. Okay, that was great. That's what I wanted. So that was another way I could have gotten this. Ah, she's alive again. Welcome back. So, what I'd like to do now, before I move on, because literally the plan here now is to pretty much just leave and finish up Sagus Cliffs, and finally move on to the new area. So I'm going to head up to the caravanserai while I outline my plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to my companions, because that's something I've avoided doing this entire time. And once we talk to the companions, we can find out more about all this, and we can find out more about them. But if you're not that interested in doing that and you actually just want to see the next lot of content, you can just feel free to skip ahead an episode, maybe two. Depends how long it takes to chat with all of them. I think it's good to learn more about them. And the other thing we'll do just beforehand is we'll try and dissuade Jerkface. I really like the interaction between Rin and Eratus. So, nearly done here. And now, we've got Jerky McJerkface, Omadon. So let's go with... Hello again, friend. Any news of Persea? Have you seen her? Found a device that remembers everything that happened here. Showed me an image of Persea talking to the hostel keeper just before boarding a ship. A hostel keeper? You mean Tranquility? I knew that person was lying to me. She said she'd never seen anyone that looks like Persea. Doubt she'll say anything different if I ask her again. Please, will you speak with her? Confront her with proof you found, and perhaps she'll tell you where Persea went. No. No, I'm not going to do that. I just wanted to tell you she's not here, so you would leave. And that doesn't seem to have worked. Whatever. So, let's start chatting. Let's start with talking to Eratus.
Wait. I think we're being followed. I'm never wrong about these things.
A love interest, she will reject him. He will strive to impress her. We wish to see this. What is this, his, audience? He clutches at your shoulder, peering around you, and spots Makina for what is apparently the first time. His jaw drops. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Eratus takes a breath and tries again. He explains with the expression of a drowning man. His golden aura pulses, possibly in time with his heartbeat. Why is he looking at me like this? I could hazard a guess, but I don't think I need to. She glares at you, trying to decipher your devilish clue. Understanding dawns with a slow, creeping horror. Don't. Really, don't. Insomuch as I have a type, you aren't it. Eratus takes a shuddering gasp and blinks with what appears to be every muscle in his body and rips his gaze from Makina. What are we talking about? I have some questions about you. I'm not surprised. I'm incredibly interesting. What do you want to know? Can't you tell me anything about the voices I keep hearing in your head? If you're hearing voices, that sounds like your problem, not mine. Another clever evasion. We are not so sure. He beams, but a hint of unease flickers across his face. Seriously, what's a glow surrounding you? Where do you come from? Some boring village. I don't remember. Let's talk about something else. How are things between us? Great. I knew Ed the same instincts for adventure. Eratus blinks. What are your opinion of the people we're traveling with? Oh, I like them. They keep things from getting too quiet or thoughtful. They get in the way of mirrors, and I appreciate that. Oh, you want more specific details. Who about? You mentioned you don't like mirrors. Why is that? I did? What a strange thing to say. Who doesn't like mirrors? I certainly don't. Wait. He frowns. His golden aura fades until it almost isn't there. I like mirrors. I have no problem with them. Let's talk about something else. Okay, yes. So, what about the opinions of the people? Opinions? I love giving those. Makina. She is kind, smart, beautiful, he says, blushing a little. Also, I hate to admit this, but I think she might be a better fighter than I am. Don't tell her I said any of that, alright? I'm literally standing right here. Is he messing with me? Oh, did I mention she's stealthy? She's the stealthiest woman I've ever fallen in love with. Met! Okay. Makina, do we have the same thing? She's kind, smart, beautiful, don't tell her I said that. Rin. I like her a lot. She wants to explore and understand things. I like exploring too. What about understanding things? No time. It gets in the way of exploring. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk another time. Let's chat with Makina.
You want to talk? Start talking.
So, let's talk about our siblings. Here it comes. I'm ready for a litany. All of you newborns have it. Alright, go. What can you tell me about Mielavest? Kastovs needed a place to hide from the sorrow and work on a way to defeat it. The Bloom eats people, so they couldn't hide there. The first now worthless side built Mielavest so they could research in peace. Place became a beacon for our kind. People started to put up homes inside the shields. After our sister and our father had their falling out and started the endless battle, the rest of them chose sides. For most people, it seemed like this is some great existential struggle, but it's just a family squabble that got out of hand. Anyways, things got bad, the Sorrow started making more appearances, and people needed a place to hide, so Mielavest became neutral ground. How have you avoided the Sorrow? What can you tell me about it? I know a little more about it than you. You might know more in Mielavest. What I can tell you for sure is it hates us, Kastovs. You're never sure when it'll come. She shivers slightly. It comes for each of us, like we're calling to it. As for how I avoid the sorrow, well, you ever get the feeling someone's looking at you? Sorrow's attention's like that, except it feels like you've made an enemy. The creeping paranoia that it's coming for you. Slow urgency mounts and you start to feel like you need to lash out. But what I do, I run, I leave, I don't come back. Try to throw it off whatever scent it's picked up, and after a while, pressure eases and I can come back again. Don't always try to go somewhere safe like Mielavest. It'll find me eventually. It always finds us. The best we can do is postpone the inevitable. What about our siblings, the other Kastovs? You'd think with all the gifts we have, we'd be happier, but we're miserable misfits. Hundreds of us through time, all bad people. But you should meet them. That's why we're going to Mielavest. I'll say this once. You were in the mayor. You saw what happened. I wanted to make a difference, and they pissed on my hopes. The conflict between the First and the Changing God swallows all of our siblings, one way or another. I didn't want that. I wanted to make my own way. They didn't like that idea, and here I am, no worse for the lack of any of their company. We all make use of each other for our own ends, and someone always gets broken at the end of us. She gives you a dark look. Even us, get that straight. You and me, we're both using each other right now. It'll profit us both, but someone's bound to get hurt. I spent my life making sure it wouldn't be me. Not again. Okay, let's talk about the Changing God. He's a greedy, manipulative, domineering fool. I've always heard he's quite charming, witty, and absolute genius. I suppose it'd have to be, given how long he's managed to keep ahead of the story. But I've never met him. As far as I know, I've never met him as far as I know. So the only judgment I have on the man is what I've heard from others. I mean, our father inspired a cult. I assume you've met Kasmin and Mimeon? What's missing from their lives is they have to pin their hopes on us. So, what's missing on their lives is that they have to pin their hopes on us. Kasmin sees power and wants it to reflect on her. Mimeon sees knowledge and hopes it'll shine on him. You're quite the optimist, aren't you? You think they're going to get what they want by following the likes of us? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on whether they see us as people or as avatars of our sire. Let me put that to rest right now. They see us as avatars. To them, we don't have feelings or ambitions except those our Creator placed in us. I've had this conversation with them. They treated every word like a revelation. And I wasn't saying anything in particular, but in their minds it was all epiphanies. What I'm saying is, don't trust the people who elevate you. Can't do anything wrong to them, and until you do, at which point they turn on you, steer clear of the true believers. Okay, let's talk about something else. So, what's your story? You're part of my story. What else did you need to know? How did you become an assassin anyway? Series of regrettable mistakes. Maybe I'll tell you about them someday, but not now. How did Neng lose his eyes? He got himself crosswise with the wrong people. He had an accident, an unforgivable accident. Did you ever see Pyrekan again? Once, in Mielavest, Pudge didn't even remember Calm Village. She didn't remember the people she'd sacrificed for a pointless, endless war. She couldn't understand why I care. I'd have had a throat if Adaris hadn't held me back. Upheld her precious peace. And then when Pudge was gone, I calmed down and the others asked me what the problem was. He said the villagers would have all been dead in a few decades anyway. I vowed I'd never think like that. But here I am, a couple of centuries later, and people seem to die too fast and too young. I can't let myself care. Immortality is a curse, especially when you're companions in eternity cast-offs. Maybe it'd be better if the sorrow had us all. I wanted to talk more about what happened to you after I left Tasha's body in the mare. I don't know when you left. Tash wiped my memories and... Wait, no, he went off with the first militia and I came back to find him in weird words. I left his burnt corpse in a shallow grave and then... She shrugs eloquently. I assume the scavengers took it. After that, I travelled the world. I went back to Colin to remind myself what humanity does to the strange and different. I realized I had no purpose, and I went to Mielavest to see what our brethren were doing. That hadn't changed at all. They told me to gather power. Our Creator made us many things, but most of all, He made us mad for strength in all its forms. I scorned their advice, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized the truth. When you're powerful, people can't hurt you, or the ones you love. Might be that power paints a target on those who you love. Thought about that, but at least when you have that strength, you can fight back. You won't be helpless. She sighs and then lets a familiar hardness creep back in her voice. So I came to Sagus Cliffs. I started working. One of our brothers hired me. Then he betrayed me. I thought he'd help me, just like Pudge. Just like the first, just like Tash. But just like Pudge, just like the first, and just like Tash, he turned on me. That's when I learned I can't trust anyone. So I struck back at him, hard. It was then I decided to make my own organization. That lasted about a decade. The endless politics inside the group, the recriminations, fighting against other gangs, and inevitable betrayals. I gave up on that and went solo. Eventually I went back to the Bloom and worked for the Memavira, the old one I mean. Those were good years. I felt like I'd be on. But there was friction, to be sure. We were a team, and then my favourite model got betrayed too. You want to know why I was hiding before you found me? Because I learn I'm best on my own. If you don't have people, you can't be betrayed. There. You got your story. Let's not talk about it anymore. Alright, I got other questions if you don't mind. How are you holding up? Do you actually care? Well, I care about getting more story info from you. What do you think of the people we're traveling with? Oh, gossip. How exciting. What do you think about Eratus? Does he ever stop? I can't, he says. Your sparkling eyes bring out the poetry in me. Offer any more poetry? I'll bring out your intestines. And yeah, I've killed people for lesser offences, and he offers moment to moment. I never meant to offend you, Maddie. Next time I insult you, tell me and I'll never bother you again. I'm insulted. Oh, maybe next time? What about Rin? Are you touched in the head, or do you just not care about what your failure would do to her? Or maybe I want to be here. Wonderful. Both of you are insane. Let's talk about Rin. Let's. Why would you bring a child with us when you know we're facing utter extinction? No one wants to kill me. I mean, specifically. See? She's doomed. Let's see. Anything else? I like that she actually does call you out on that. That is good. I mean, seriously, we have a young child traveling with us. That is weird. I saw you in the junkyard through the omniscope in the caravanserai. Like, in the past? What did you see? You had a campfire. The only one I could see. Ha, yeah, someone else told me that too. She gazes into the distance for a while. I'm sorry, what did you want? What's your story? You know some of it, maybe as much as I do. What did you want to know? Where are you from? It's a better place than this. It's safe and warm, and it's a long way from here. For a moment it seems like she's lost in thought, then she starts talking again. There are a lot of trees there. It's full of growing things. A little village with a tall wall to keep bad things away. And I have parents there. It's where I belong, and it's my home. I have parents there. I'm not an orphan. Sounds like a lovely town. What's it called? She smiles and opens her mouth to answer. A panicked expression flashes across her face for a moment. Her eyes dart back and forth before she puts one hand to her injured head. It's Baranth. Yes, it's called Baranth. My village, my home. That's where my parents are. If you're from so far away, why do you speak the same language as everyone here? I don't know. I guess I could also wonder why you all speak my language. Where are you from again? No. How did you get to Sagus Cliffs? I can't remember. I remember running and a fire? It wasn't the right colour for a fire. I don't know. And then I just remember being here and nothing making sense anymore. How long have you been away? Only a few weeks, I think. It's hard to remember. When I got hurt, I don't remember the time from around then very well. Do you think your parents might be looking for you? She looks thunderstruck, as though the idea had never occurred to her before. When she finally speaks, her tone is flat, almost numb, and it's clear she's talking to herself as much as talking to you. They know I'm safe. They can't be here. They have to be safe at home. Her Rin brings her hands to her mouth slowly, her eyes terrified and oddly flat, almost glazed. She turns away from you, speaking to something in her hands, her voice too soft for you to hear. She continues like that for a long time, worried and muttering. You realize she's forgotten you're even there.
I'm sorry about last time. I know we didn't finish our conversation. I just I offer apologies for my rudeness.
She clasps her hands in front of her and bows slightly. Are you okay to talk a little more? Yes, it's been... I'm just not used to talking to anyone except Al about these things. It's harder than I thought it'd be, but yes, let's talk. Okay, so... How are you holding up? Before I met you, I asked Al if I could bring someone to help me. I know, it's embarrassing. He's not the right sort of god for that. But then you came, and you're even better than anything a god would bring me. I want to talk about you again. Alright, what do you want to know? Who's Al? A flash of panic crosses her face. What? No one, she says too quickly. Then she sighs and pulls something from her pocket. It's a small dark stone with a hole in it. She's outside your arm's reach, but she still holds it close to her chest, protectively. This is Al. He keeps me safe. He knows everything of hiding. As she speaks, you realize that something you hadn't noticed before. You're not getting any thoughts from her at all. It doesn't feel like you're being blocked, though, which is perhaps why you didn't notice until now. Either her thoughts are hidden somehow, or she just doesn't have any you can read on the surface. Why can't I read your mind? She takes 2 steps away from me. You can read minds? You're trying to read my mind? I'm hardly the only person in the world who can do such a thing. I'm not even the only person in Sagus. Let's see. Not exactly. I have people's stuff sometimes, but not yours. It's like you don't have any. Why would you be doing that to me? It's not something I choose to do. You hear people's voices whether you want to or not. For me, their thoughts are the same. Oh, I didn't realize. It's still pretty invasive. I wish you didn't have to hear it. Sometimes I don't like it, but it also helps me understand people. Well, that's not a good thing. You have to know that. It's like eavesdropping, but it's worse than that, because it's more private than a regular conversation. What happens in your head is just for you. It's a conversation a person is having with themselves. Nothing's more private than that. She hesitates and continues in a soft voice. When a god's strong enough to see into someone's mind, it's a sign the god might be too dangerous. It's a bad... She breaks off suddenly and reaches into her pocket and pulls out her stone. She stares at the stone with a slightly vacant expression she gets sometimes then speaks directly to the stone. I haven't been keeping it from you, Al. There's a lot of things I haven't told you. It's something I've never... Another pause and her face grows increasingly concerned. Everyone knows, Al. Sometimes a god goes bad. When that happens... She breaks off, her head cocked to one side, face going slightly concerned. Continue listening. Definitely continue listening. Well, if a god can move by itself, that's a big one. If it argues constantly with other gods or refuses to talk at all, those are signs that... She stops again, listening. Then you're supposed to take it to the... Oh, I can't remember their name. The god fixers. I can't remember what they're called. Oh, I'm sorry. We can talk about this later, Al. We're being rude. She puts a stone back into her pocket and blinks a little as if to clear her head. I don't know why you can't get into my head. Maybe kids' brains are different. Maybe just my brain. Maybe that sort of thing doesn't work on people where I'm from. I really don't know. Well, if I can't hear someone's thoughts, I'm glad it's a person I can trust anyway. Or could it be Al? Could it be hiding your thoughts from me? She looks surprised at this suggestion, then gives one of the widest smiles you've ever seen. She reaches into her pocket again and brings out the stone and holds it in front of her face. Is it true, Al? Are you keeping my thoughts hidden? She pauses, head cocked to one side, then she laughs and gives the stone a kiss. You're right, here's the one doing it, and I'm glad. What's in a person's head is private. You shouldn't go prying into it. That's not what friends do. Those thugs. They seem to know you were in the building, but couldn't find you. Why? We're good at hiding. Can I ask a few questions about your friend? Alright, he's fine with a few questions. A few. I can't help but notice he's, well, a rock. She puts it all back in his rock. He's not a rock, he's a stone. There's a difference between a rock and a stone? If there wasn't a difference, why would we have 2 words for them? Because if there's 2 words, people like us who have their brains jogged around have a better chance of remembering one when we need to. That is a pretty good reason. Anyway, the stone is an Al. Al's a god. He lives inside the stone. So the stone's like his body or his house? It's a little like both. It's easier for him to leave than a body, but it's harder to leave than a house. But either way, the stone isn't really him. It's a little like a cup too. Does that make sense? I think I get it. You typically drink different sorts of drinks out of different cups, but you don't have to. The cup isn't really important. That's pretty close. It's tricky stuff, and I'm not that great at explaining it. Did you bring Al with you from your home? No, well, yes, I suppose I did bring him with me. I found him near a stream. I've been carrying him around my pocket for years. Where you come from, does everyone have gods they just carry with them? No, usually gods stay in a family's home. They give advice. They help with things. So you come from a magical, peaceful land where gods are just laying around waiting for people to pick them up. Yes, I do. And you come from a magical, terrible land where berries explode and water is poisonous and magic lightning bugs may try to kill you. What's your point? What kinds of things do gods help with? I mean, you do have a good point. Well, gods, you see, they're old. They know a lot of things because they've been around for a long time. And they'll tell you what you need to know sometimes. Give you advice. Sometimes they listen if you need to talk. Sometimes that's all you really need. It's nice having friends to talk to. No, I'm not going to do that. He said he was a god of hiding. Is that more than advice? She nods. Without noticing, she lifts up the hand with the stone in it, so she's holding it close to her heart. Some gods can help you with more than words. Al knows everything of hiding, of being small and silent. He helps me hide. He makes it so no one can find me. He keeps me safe. What does it mean that he's a god? That's a hard question. Where I come from, there are many gods. Gods of health and hearth and home. Gods of road and roam. Where I come from, it's a poor family that has no gods of their own. She looks down at the stone in her hand, speaking softly. But here, there are no gods. It's like finding a place where people don't know what meat is, or air. How do you explain something like that? I haven't seen a single god except for Al himself, and he is mine. He simply is. He is my friend. She looks down at the stone in her hand. Has he always been in a stone? He's a very young god. Older gods have usually lived in many bodies. How old is Al? Only a couple of weeks old. He's strong for a... She breaks off and looks down at her hand. No need to be embarrassed. She looks up at you and grins and says in a stage whisper, he's embarrassed. You said Al was a couple of weeks old, but you've had him for years. Which is it? Al doesn't want me to talk about this anymore. Al doesn't want to talk about it, or you don't want to talk about it? Neither. Fine, I will. I don't want to ask this, but I don't not want to ask this. Do you think I'm wrong in the head? I think you've gone through a really hard time, Rin. Sometimes our minds play tricks on us. So you do think something's wrong with me? That's not what I meant. I'm only trying to make sense of what's happened to you. Me too. Alright, let's talk about something else. How are you holding up? Before I met you, I asked Al if... Yeah, we already had that one. I want to ask about the people we're traveling with. Really? Who? What do you think of Veritas? He makes me laugh, but I can't tell if he's being serious. Is he ever being serious? I hope not. Rin giggles at the back of the hand. What do you think of Makina? She's a little cold. Don't tell her I said that. She doesn't need to. Makina's ears work just fine. Oh, can you pretend you didn't hear that? Let's pretend I said yes. Alright. That's it. We've now chatted with our companions, so I think we will leave it for here. Next time round, we are going to leave this place. We are actually going to head off to the Necropolis and towards Mielavest, and that'll be great. I've got a code I need to find before I do that, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that stuff. This will literally be the first post-DLC content I'll have had an opportunity to use. And that's, well, not DLC, post-release content that I'll have had a chance to see. So, that'll be absolutely awesome. Until then, have a great day. Bye. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you spending the time and effort watching the videos I make. If you'd like to watch more, on the left there should be another video from this playlist. On the right there will be whatever YouTube recommends, and in the center there is a convenient subscribe button just in case you need it.